What's up, boys? Paul K, Saturday Mornings Outdoors. Today we're going to be reviewing a somewhat badass crossbow. It's a Killer Instinct crossbow. And stay tuned, I'll give you all the specs and everything there is to know about this beauty. All doing well, and everyone that knows me knows I'm definitely a recurve guy. I have no interest kinda in crossbow. I kinda always wanted one just to have one to see what they're all about, but I'm definitely a recurve guy. I've been since my whole life. But this July 4th Bass Pro had a crazy good sale, and I had a little birthday money, so I decided on I did a lot of research on these. You can drop $4 grand on these things, but it's all about foot per second speed of the bolt, how fast the bolt goes. And for what this cost, it's a Killer Instinct Vital X crossbow. It's rated at 405 feet per second, and it's compact style, and as you can see, comes with the scope and all the accoutrements, the cocking rope, instruction. They give you 3 bolts with it, 3 arrows, they're called bolts, and a 4-bolt quiver. And you got to put it together. It takes a little while to put it together, but it's pretty fun if you have a little bit of mechanical aptitude, which most of us do. And it's really not too hard at all. There's videos on YouTube putting it together, but it's quite an impressive bow for the money. So let's get to the spec. All right, so let's start on this end, and we'll move on through. So right here, it's a crank receiver. If you don't like, this comes with a rope, and you cock it with a rope. You put your foot in this stirrup, and you attach the rope to the string, the cocker to the string, and you pull up on it. Anyone can do it. It's not rocket science. If you do it the first time, you'll know everything about it. But for guys that, I don't know why, but people like to complain. They want things wimpified, so they give you a crank with it, you know, and they're not cheap. They're like $150 for the crank. But I mean, it's there if you need it. All right. It's got the buttstock, which is not adjustable. That's kind of unfortunate. So this is right in here. That's the cocker attachment. That's what goes up in there. It's got a lot of good features on it. This has got a sling mount right here. Comes with a sling mount that's built in. And moving up here, we have the safety selector, fire and safe. All right, so the stock, that's this. And this is the barrel. This is where the bolt goes. It's going to slide in. All right, and this holds the bolt on the barrel. It's called the arrow retainer or bolt retainer. Hand grip and the trigger lever, trigger housing. And this is, I don't know if it's peculiar to Killer Instinct. I don't see them on too many bows, but the most dangerous part, aside from shooting yourself with the bow, is getting your fingers caught. When this string is cocked back here, I mean, that'll take your finger off. It'll rip the skin right off. There's a lot of pressure. So Killer Instinct puts these kind of wings on it, because when you'll be holding it down here, and you pretty much can't put your finger in the way of that. All crossbows have that, I guess you'd call it an unsafety feature. If you get your finger in the way of this string, you're gonna really do damage to your hands. So it's probably worse than shooting yourself, you know. But it's got these wings to protect your finger when one hand's on the grip and one hand is going to fire, the other hand's holding it. So that's a pretty good option for people that are afraid of that. So here we have the cams, which add more power when the string is cocked back into the fire position. The actual limbs, of course. Limb dampeners, these quiet, the limb bolts, they claim don't touch these, don't adjust these. This comes assembled, this piece right here, almost like a little tiny powerful mini bow, and you basically attach it to this, attach the foot stirrup, attach the scope, and you're pretty much done. It's not hard at all. You just got to get it right. You got to make sure everything's secure and good in there. The limb pocket, which is here, and the foot stirrup. This is where you stick your foot in when you pull up on the rope to cock it. All right, so it comes with a scope rail and scope rings, which is surprising. Usually they don't give you those. You got to get your own rings. And the scope, it's got scope caps on it too, dust caps. But it's all right. It's mediocre. It's got graduations. It's a cross, and then it's got lines. I'm apparently at 10-yard increments. That's how it goes. And it's pretty solid. I got it locked in there, and I've yet to sight this in. I'm just about ready to do it. But it's totally usable, decent scope. From what I read and online, everyone's zero them in around 30 yards for the main zero-in crosshairs, and then they go from there. 20 or 30 yards is fine. I wouldn't attempt to shoot anything over 40 yards with this, though I'm sure they claim there's 60, 70 yards shots can be made. But a bow is a bow, whether it's a crossbow or whatever. These are way fast too. 405 feet. I mean, I shoot a 55-pound Kodiak recurve, and I honestly, this is why I never got into this sport, is because I get shoot-throughs with a 50. You can get shoot-throughs with a 45-pound. The arrow passes completely through the deer. So how many foot-pounds of pressure that actually, I should have looked it up so I could give you that information, but I didn't. But there's enough power to do shoot-throughs with a 45 and 55-pound bow. And these right here at 405 feet per second are like at least 5 times that power. So it's just incredible the amount of power these limbs store and what these are capable of. And so to finish it off, there's a string slide in there, and these are string suppressors. And it comes with lube too. You've got to lube this area where the arrow's going to slide through, and there's other certain specific areas that you occasionally lube up. It's kind of like petroleum jelly is what it is, and it keeps things running smooth on the crossbow. They look badass, I have to admit, but I mean, why someone wouldn't want to just take the time to learn how to shoot a bow? It's much more fulfilling. That's, I think, the point of these. These are, if you are in an area where you can't shoot guns, or you don't want to take the time to learn a bow, I guess these are for you. But I see the prices of some of these now, the Ravens, and it's just, they're up $4,000. I can't see that. I mean, that's a museum quality rifle or shotgun for that kind of money, you know. But people loving it, you know. They want the mechanized version of these. They are cool. They're fun. They're powerful, and you have to be really safe with them. You can really get hurt with these, but this is quite a buy that I got here. Killer Instinct Vital X. This company has a lifetime warranty. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it comes with a lifetime warranty. You just register the thing and they'll take it. So it comes with a quiver, and the quiver holds 4 bolts, and you can either mount it this way, or there's another way you can mount it that way. And I've yet to decide which way I like to use that. I like a side quiver because I shoot a bow. So, you know, it sits on my hip or my back, but this is a whole new game for me. So I'll see how that works. So it comes with all the parts. You know, this is all assembled. I assembled it, but here's the rope cocker, and here's the lube. Gives you lube. It gives you every single thing you need. It even gives you the specific size Allen wrenches that you need to put the thing together. You're looking at 45 minutes. That's all. And it's really quite a complete package. So if you're new to crossbows, the worst thing you can do when I'm shooting my bow, or if you haven't shooting a rifle, you just unload the rifle when you're done. When you're done shooting a bow, your arrows are in your quiver. When this is cocked, you have to figure out a way how to get that last shot off. And there's many ways to do it. There's many devices. And if you see over there, there's a yellow bag, Killer Bees, and that's called a decocking bag. You could absolutely use it as a target too, but it's specifically made. They're not expensive. They're like $30, but they're specifically made. At the end of your hunt, you shoot into that, or there are many ways to do it. Here's another one. This is a decocking point. It's basically a field point with washers on it. And what you'll do is you'll attach this to your bolt and fire it into the ground at an angle. Make sure that you're far away so that the actual arrow clears the crossbow, because a lot of guys blow their bows up. They point the arrow into the ground and they fire it, and the arrow hasn't even left the crossbow yet, and these can't take that kind of strain, and they shatter. And also, I did a lot of research in this. I'll tell you what the main beef on this particular one, main and only beef. So these are the bolts that come with it. They send you 3 bolts, and the cock feather, that off-colored one, faces down when you're loading this, and it slides in this way. Always when you're loading these, try to load it with the arrow facing along this way. You never want to get, once this is cocked, you never want to get your finger up in that area. So place the arrow in that way, and when you're done shooting, you just don't want to get in the way of this. That's where the danger is. I'll tell you a little secret I found out, especially on 24-hour Campfire. If you're looking for a really great website that discusses everything hunting and fishing, every topic, it's been around forever, and it's really, there's some famous outdoor writers, hunter and fishermen that are on there. But anyway, the thing is with this particular Killer Instinct Vital X, that's the brand of this one. The brand is Killer Instinct. The model is the Vital X. Apparently the limbs get shattered because these bolts that they use, here's the secret. The speed, 405 feet per second, is like the magic number that every crossbow manufacturer wants to get over. They want to get over 400 because it's very appealing, and they want the speed. So they give you lighter bolts to shoot in this, and they apparently work fine up to a point. They have half moon knocks, but a lot of the complaints say that their limbs are shattered because basically the bolts are too light. They want that 405 feet per second. Some of them run well with these bolts and some don't. So what I did, the remedy is that I've read all online on, and Bow Hunters Warehouse in Pennsylvania, which in my mind are, if you have any questions about, they are the premier, better than Bass Pro, better than Cabela's. They are the guy. That's what they do. It's a massive warehouse with all bow hunting stuff, and if you have questions, that's what they'll help you with any kind of technical questions. They've heard of everything, so contact them just like I did. So the answer so you don't break your crossbow, is you have to use a heavier bolt. That's all. When you have a heavier bolt that's put in there, it's going to take pressure off the string. It's going to give it more inertia and give a complete full shot, and the limbs will last forever and ever. So you just simply get a heavier bolt. What they suggest aiming for, these with a broadhead, it's around a 375 grain bolt. They want you to push for at least 450 to 500. And like I said before, with a recurve bow, I'm getting shoot throughs at 55 pounds. This thing is like, it's just shooting 7 times faster than my bow, at least that. So the inertia is going to help you. The heavier, a lot of guys go, I don't want to go heavier with the bolt. I want the speed, but you're getting plenty of speed. The inertia, what carries through from the power stored in these arms after it fires, carries that bolt into the animal. And the heavier the bolt, the more inertia is stored in that for a killing process, a quicker killing process. You lose speed, but it's nominal. It's like 20, 30 feet per second max, right? But you're gaining huge momentum. It's the momentum that's going to hit that animal, and that's the key. So the bottom line is you got to spend another $60 or so for 6 bolts that weigh heavier. That's all, and about 75 grains heavier. That's the key to running this thing forever and ever. Apparently they will run forever and ever with these, but some guys complain that the lightness of them has And that's what I try to do, is give you the best information on these before you go out and drop this kind of money. It's not a lot of money. Like I say, some of those Ravens are $4,000. This whole setup, not with the bolts, but it comes with the crossbow, the quiver, the bolts, and the equipment, not the decocking head, but the all the equipment it comes with it was under $300 on sale. That is a phenomenal steal for this style of bow. I mean, it's just incredible with the scope. I mean, so if you're on the I wasn't even on the market for one of these, and I may hunt with it maybe when I get to be an old codger and I can't draw 45 pounds, which is the legal minimum that you need for a recurve, but then I'll start using this. But for plinking around and shooting rabbits in my backyard, silent and deadly, this is what it is right here. And it's easily capable of taking pretty much probably any big game in North America would. All right, and some of the specs on this, I finally dug these up. These are crazy cool. I mean, I'm coming from a 55-pound Kodiak recurve, and I've killed so many deer with it and other game with it. But it says it shoots 405 feet per second. I told you that. Now, 142 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, and it's got a 3.5-pound trigger, which is that's really good trigger, man. And it's 6 3/4 inches wide when cocked. So when this is cocked, it's only 6. This style. Some of the other styles with the wider arc in the limbs, this is very maneuverable. You know, I mean, it's very desirable to me. All the Ravens are that way, so and it's 10 3/4 inches uncocked. So right there's 10 3/4 inches. When it's uncocked, which it is right now. It's 31.5 inches long. It weighs almost 8 pounds. It's pretty significant, but you want that because this has recoil. Not like a gun, but for a bow, it has a bow's recoil. A crossbow's recoil. It's not hard to manage at all, but it's there. And here it is right here. This is what I wanted. It's 185-pound draw weight. So I'm shooting 55 pounds. That's almost 4 times and it's exponential too. Like you're getting more than 4 times the amount of energy in that. So like I say, I'm getting pass-throughs at 55, no problem. Most of the time. And this is 185 pounds. That thing smokes. It's really fast. So for $300, you got the whole kit and caboodle, man. And it's fun. It's exciting. I can't wait to zero it in. I'll do another video on zeroing in that scope, and see how that does. But I'm going to put a better scope on it. I have a few extra scopes that are used for hunting that are variable powered. This is a single power scope, but it's sufficient for what it is, and I don't see any complaints on it. But so there you have it. So the Killer Instinct Vital X, the new exciting toy for me and the upcoming hunting season. It's only July, but this is the time to get this stuff before they jack up the prices, as we approach hunting season. So hope you like this review. Hope you're thinking about these. These are very cool, and I've always wanted one. Now I got one. How much I give it in an actual hunt, that remains to be seen. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It always helps the channel. And as always, say your prayers, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. So just as an added bonus, that's the Yellow Jacket discharge, just to give you in relation how big it is. And you basically stand out here and shoot at it, and you don't need that cocking head. And I also wanted to show you, this is kind of a disappointment. I'm giving an honest review. This is from Killer Instinct. That's the coffin case, and that's actually built for this bow and other bows that they manufacture, but it's kind of a disappointment. It's a soft case. I thought it would be more substantial. I mean, it's totally sufficient and to store it in, but they're kind of pricey. They're almost $100. I got this on sale once again. I think it was $75, which is actually a steal for this, but it's got compartments to store stuff and everything, but it's kind of flimsy, and it's got shoulder pads on the back and a place to put your bolts on the side. A better option would be a hard case for it, like Plano. You're probably going to pay a little bit more money, but I'd rather have a Plano I'd rather have a hard side case for that, as opposed to that thing knocking around in the woods trying to climb up on a tree stand in a soft case. It looks cool as hell, but it'll keep the dust off that for me, basically. But as far as going into the woods with that, I don't know. It's functional, but I'd rather have a hard case. And that's my honest opinion. But that's it. That's my last 2 cents. That's all I got. See ya.